We don't have the guns, man. When I get pulled over, it's not my job to stop me from getting shot. That's the police officer. That's right. I didn't have a gun in my hand. I could have died that day because I made an illegal left turn. Yeah. That's not my job to stop. If I was disrespectful, I should survive the encounter. Mm-hmm. Philando Castile should survive the encounter. Alton Sterling should survive the encounter.
And rightfully so, because I think this should happen 0% of the time. Personally. Like I said, I've been on the job 31 years. I only had to fire my weapon once. And that's because I was getting shot at. If we are not human to them, right, then there's nothing that we could do or say or train away. Because the perception is you are not human enough for me to treat you with dignity and respect.
Because it's deeper than policing. This is white supremacy at its top.
Like, everything ain't equal. Y'all got, y'all had hundreds of years head start. Everything ain't equal. Right. And y'all still getting more investment in your neighborhoods than we get in ours. Mm-hmm. We got to start making adjustments for equity. How do we make sure everybody's a fair playing field? Mm-hmm. Just here in the city of Long Beach, you go to two zip codes in the same city, 7-year difference in life expectancy. So you telling me just because my kid was born here, he has to live 7 years less?
7 years difference?
Simply, that doesn't just happen. That's designed that way.
White supremacy.
Our history does not start with slavery. And if they begin there, and if they go back to Kemet, they go back to Egypt, teaching that that Africa is the birthplace for all humanity, the birthplace for all civilization. Slavery into fear tactics, teaching white men and white women to fear the black body. There's been so much to create a distinction between who we are. It's just inbred in our culture.
We're talking about how the systems were established to provide a certain standard of living or benefit to white individuals, white male individuals, and how there's a sub-standard of living for people of color, for women, or everybody else. That's what we're talking about, supremacy. And in order to change that, we have to acknowledge it and call it. We have to acknowledge what it is.
These people hold up something that has been in America for centuries. And it's white supremacy. We started talking about white supremacy now more fluently because of all the police murders.
All of those cases, from the Michael Brown case, from Philando Castile, the one that really affected me though was the Eric Garner case. I mean, this man is telling these officers, I can't breathe. And for them to even jump on him for selling cigarettes was just outlandish to me. But for this man to basically be murdered on camera in front of the world when he's making it pretty clear he couldn't breathe and these officers continued to do what they did, it was, I can't even think of a word that would make it.
Hurts your heart.
It was heartbreaking.
They shot my brother 20 times, they only hit him 8 times. But those aren't the only things that killed my brother. Lack of opportunities killed my brother. Poverty killed my brother. Quality of education killed my brother. Gangbanging killed my brother.
Got a phone call. His other grandmother, business mother, called and said Mike was dead laying in the middle of the street. So I'm like, just killed my police, just killed my son.
Thank you, Officer Steve. We knew them. They knew us. Didn't have no problems then. Wasn't no killing. Now, me personally, I got no love for the police at all. They took my little brother from me. Shot him in the back. He ain't had nothing. You know what I mean? So me personally, I really don't trust the police at all. I ain't got these bottom teeth right here because of the police.
I had ran across a lot of kids back in Ferguson after that happened. That what the question was, were they next?
Wow.
You know, and when
Were they
asked
next?
them, were they next?
How old were they?
The oldest guy that I talked to was maybe 12.
Well, Stefan, he was a young man. You know, gotta keep in mind he was 22 when he died. In his birthday, he'd have been 23 that August. He was a young man of morals and principles, though. He was growing. He was learning from his mistakes. He was maturing. He was maturing, and I could see it in him. He was the life of the party. He was a comedian. He was my sister said she reminded him of Morris Chestnut.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Okay.
was tall, black. You know,
Good looking.
Yeah, you know, he was perfect. You know, that he could rap sometimes.
Okay.
You know, he was a
Right.
comedian. He was a prankster.
But yeah, I definitely wanted people to know that he was a good dude, and he was well loved. You know, when they put out the thug, and we're gonna check into his father's background and all this stuff to try to make this all, you know, and he didn't have no background. You know, he didn't have a record.
Right.
You know, so by them just trying to just paint this picture, it was just disturbing.
Yeah.
Please understand, the system is harsh and in most cases rigged against the poor and people of color. White supremacy and injustices are real.